And Santa Clarita Valley, welcome back to the Neighborhood Watch. I'm your host, Perry Smith, News Director for KHTS AM 1220. On the air with Deputy Josh Dubin from the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station, talking about all things Santa Clarita Station. And with us on the phone is a longtime presence for the Santa Clarita Station, Sergeant Darren Harris. How are we doing, sir? Sergeant Harris?
Yes, I'm here. How are you guys doing?
There he is, my mentor.
How you doing, guys?
So you're responsible for Deputy Josh Dubin?
Well, proudly, yes, I am. Establishing the public safety platforms and getting Josh out there to carry on. And he's doing a great job with it. And we've accomplished a lot, and I think there's a lot of room for growth still. And Josh is just the guy to continue on, put that leadership in place.
Hot button issues. Everybody, I've been talking to Josh about social media, and I know he's been big on it. Are you involved in this whole Twitter IPO?
Well, I've been looking at it, I'm sure, like everybody else has, but only because it's critical. You know, one of the platforms that the public uses a lot, so we want to be very familiar with it and have our hands in that as well. Just
since we started talking, it's gone up, I think.
That's right.
So I'm keeping an eye on it. No investments for me, but you know.
So we're at $46.16 right now. We have a live stream.
Well, I think it's probably showing that it's going to be a critical platform for us moving forward, of course.
And Sergeant Harris, you've been with the station 8 years now?
I've been with the station 8 years, and let me just start by saying it's been an incredible assignment serving the residents of Santa Clarita. The community support out here, the involvement's been amazing. It's been amazing for me.
And one of the things, speaking of the community, you've been involved a lot in the outreach with the social media, kind of a forerunner a little bit to what Josh is doing now with some of the Nixle and the tweeting. How did you become involved in that, and where did you see that value initially, because you've been doing it for a few years now, right?
Sure, I sure have. Well, let me say that when I arrived in Santa Clarita back in 2006, there were some critical issues going on, some concerns, public safety-related matters, and the general public was sharing information at a rapid pace on the internet, and some of the information was inaccurate or filled with speculation and rumors. I realized from my background that 4 years at Sheriff's Headquarters Bureau doing press relations throughout the Los Angeles County that we had very little means of reaching out to the public, and quite substantial population in Santa Clarita with the message that was relevant to public safety, put their fears and concerns at ease. And it was evident that we needed some platforms and some infrastructure to do that because the public was already doing it, and we wanted to be able to provide timely and pertinent information to our community. So,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I was just going to say, where did you first start to see that? Was it Facebook? Was it through sending out the Nixle alerts?
Well, primarily early on, it was email and Facebook. Facebook was taking on a very rapid growth. Quite frankly, some of these concerns, the public safety concerns we were managing at the time, were critical, to the public, and public was on Facebook, and we were looking at that, and they were sharing information that was some of it accurate, but some of it was just rumor and speculation, and it was kind of a feeding frenzy that was going on. So we had to figure out a way of what we needed to improve in order to address that and make sure we're getting accurate information out to the public.
Can you give me an example of when that really became prevalent, as far as some of the misinformation going out there that you guys were trying to get the correct word out, the proper channels, etc.? Yeah,
let me start by telling. I can say I mentioned I worked at Sheriff's Headquarters Bureau, serving under Lee Baca for department-wide press-related matters for 4 years prior to my assignment at Santa Clarita. I was involved in a number of nationwide media events. I was the primary PIO on what's still probably considered one of the largest media events in the department's history, which was a California Amber Alert 2002 out of Lancaster. 2 young girls were kidnapped. I brought that experience to my assignment here in Santa Clarita. I noticed the deficiency in our programs and our outreach systems. Of course, under the then Captain Anthony LaBerge and to follow him, Captain Paul Becker, their leadership and vision, they put their trust and backing in me and allowed me to take on somewhat risky at times the development of these platforms. In 2007, I met with City Manager Ken Polskamp at the time and Assistant City Manager Ken Striplin, and through a presentation with them, they put their backing in me, and of course with the county support and Rosalind Wayman. They all supported me in this cause to move forward with outreach in Santa Clarita. Since then, the department has followed with some of the platforms that we established right here in Santa Clarita, and it's become what it is today. So the city and the county have been incredibly supportive. Bob Keller, Frank Ferry, many folks out there. Of course, I mentioned Pulse Campus Triplin and Rosalind Wayman and Supervisor Antonovich's office. They've all been extremely supportive of our mission here. And we had a few bumps along the way, as to be expected, but now I feel we've reached a point where we have a really well-established platform here in Santa Clarita.
Awesome. And Deputy Dubin was saying that the reason why you're moving on is a promotion. You're going to be a lieutenant. Is that right?
I am. Yeah, I'm promoting to the rank of lieutenant, and working toward that for a number of years. And I was fortunate enough to get the promotion, and so now I'll be moving on to a new assignment. Appears possibly Palmdale Station, Sheriff Station, as a patrol watch commander. So, hope to go out and get some more experience in that regard, and, who knows, maybe return to Santa Clarita someday. Everybody's been incredibly supportive. I love this community. I wanted to point out that, Santa Clarita is incredibly unique when it comes to law enforcement. Being the third largest city by population in LA County and 19th largest in the state of California, what's incredible about Santa Clarita is despite its size, we maintain the small town values that are so important to public safety. And what I mean by that is that the public wants to be involved. They want to call in. They want to tell us what they're seeing. We can't do it alone. We need their eyes and ears. We need their involvement. We realize that as a sheriff's station, with less than one deputy per 1,000 population in Santa Clarita, we need the public. We realize that, and in developing I was instrumental in developing the crime prevention unit here in Santa Clarita, and the first ever of its kind crime research center at a station level involving two smart board systems, which help us with technology. And the sole purpose of creating that unit was so that the public has the ability to go on the internet, punch in their address, and find out what deputy they can talk to today that knows everything about their area and can get them help, and we can make sure that those crime tips and that information from what they're seeing in their neighborhoods doesn't fall through the cracks. And that's the sole purpose of the crime prevention unit. So that's something I'm really proud of here in Santa Clarita. I'm sad to move on. It's been an incredible experience. The people here in Santa Clarita are amazing, and all the people that I've worked with have been amazing.
When can we start calling you LT?
Well, officially, it looks like I'll start my new assignment November 24th. So that'll be the official date, as you can call me LT from that point on.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm very excited about it to take the next step in my 23-year career.
Sergeant Harris, I'm sorry, we have to take a quick break.
You bet.
If we could have you hold on for a couple minutes, ask you a couple quick questions.
Absolutely.
More about your experience. We'll be back on your hometown station, KHTS AM 1220.